Hello, this is Jay Cermak, Trainer Extraordinaire with Keller Williams Realty Professionals in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Today I'm excited to show you the KW website powered by Playster Advanced class. This class is how to take your website from the basic setup to the next level, from creating new pages to adding blog posts, agents, testimonials, all that great stuff. So to actually access your KW website, you're going to come here to mykw.kw.com and click Technology and KW Websites. From here, you're going to see your new website is ready, go to my website. Once I click that, it is going to take me into the Playster backend dashboard. Now, this is still the KW website, it's just powered by Playster. And they just recently updated the new dashboard. So there is a video on KW Connect about the dashboard. And quite simply, really it's here to get started with Playster, to making sure you've done these checklist items. And on the left, they've made it so that you can now quickly do what I'm going to teach you today, which is write a blog post right from here, edit your feature listings, configure the menu, create a page, add a testimonial, add an area. You now can do these things from this screen, and I'll still show you the previous way of coming here to edit site, and that's where you're actually going to go to access all the control panels. And that has remained the same. The neat thing about the dashboard though is first off this little widget here that tells me how many listings are on my website because of the board of realtors I belong to, how many posts I have created with my blog posts, how many pages I have, and how many areas I have added. And we're going to show you how to build these up. And for anybody watching this on KW Connect, don't be overwhelmed by how many pages and posts that I have. Think of this as a living, breathing document. Your website, you're just going to keep updating it. Add one new page a week, add one new page a month. What will that look like at the end of the year? It'll grow. Now down below they've made some cool videos to help you be successful, from some simple videos that were for everybody, public view from the Playster company. And then down below there's exclusive resources just for Keller Williams agents that you can watch as well. This is just another way to take your website to the next level. So let's go ahead and dive in, and I'm going to go to Edit Site. This is what's going to take me to the actual site editor, and this will look exactly the same. If you've been in this site before or you've taken this class before with me, you will notice everything here has remained the same for now. It might be updated here in the future as far as more things to do. Now the setup class that we have a video on KW Connect really covers site settings, going through everything here to make sure our listings are here, our featured listings are showing on the website, what our theme is, slideshow, and all of this great stuff. The focus today, though, is to really cover the next items, like how do you add a page, and what's involved in adding a page, how to edit and enhance blog posts, how to add agents if you want to have a team and have multiple agents listed on your website, how to do testimonials where clients have said things about you that you want to feature on your website, and then areas, how you can add area pages to show the listings in a city, neighborhood, state, all those great things. So to get started, I really want to show you a page. I'm going to come here to Pages, and I'm going to click the plus sign so you can see the different types of pages that there are. Now the first thing to understand is template. Within template here, you're going to see a couple options. The default page template is simply going to be content in about a third of the screen, scrolling it all the way down, and to the right of it, it'll have a search property window, and right below that will have a contact me form. That is the basic default page template, and it's used in a lot of the pages here within the system. I'll show you my site here in a second, and you can see what that looks like. The About page, it's actually really the same template, so there isn't anything fancy about that one. Now you'll notice there's templates, there's pages, and then there's indexes. Index is your ability to have one page show multiple things. So if I did an agent index, that'll be a page that features all the different agents I add. So this page is needed before I come up here to add a specific agent. If you don't add an agent first or an agent index, then they won't see the agents even if I add them here. So keep that in mind. You're going to want to do an agent index. There's already a blog index on the site, so if you want another one, you can try to organize as a different kind of blog. Client profile, that's really more for client pages. I don't use that. You really don't need to worry about it right now. And then contact page. I like this one because contact page gets rid of that search homes to the right and contact form on the left, and it gives me more real estate on my page to fill in the blanks. And then at the bottom, it'll have a contact form. Yet this one will have my picture, and it just be more visually appealing. And you'll see the difference with that. Listing search page, there's already one set up. Testimonial index, though, that'll be a great one because it'll be an index of all your testimonials. So before you start creating testimonials up here, you're going to want to have a testimonial index. So that way there's a page of testimonials with every individual testimonial being added up above over here. Feature listing page, this is great if you do the featured listing section, whatever you program there. So if you program the featured listings in the website setup to be your MLS ID, then you can have them featured on an individual page by using featured listing page. And then RSS feed index is if you have an RSS feed from a blog feed or something like that that can feed it into the website for you. I have not used that one or have any experience finding that to be successful. There's not as many of those kind of feed pages as much nowadays. So default page template. So let's look at what these look like. I'm going to go view live site, and you're going to see my website. If you want to get ideas or what you can do with your KW website, feel free to visit jsellsfortlauderdale.com. So I will show you the About page. The About page is actually the same template here. So this is going to show my content to the left and have the information to the right where they can search a property and they can get in touch with me. This is actually showing here with the different, that's the page default and then the About page. So agent index is something I ended up creating here that I called About and added a Meet Our Team. This is my agent index. It's one page of all the different people on my team. And in this case, I went ahead and put vendors and lenders on here. So after the agent index, you've got area index. This is a great one because you want a list of all your areas. So on my website, I called my area index neighborhoods. And this is my neighborhood area index of all the neighborhoods on my website. So I use the cities, and I'll show you how you can add the photos like I did for each one. And it's just visually appealing to go there and see all your neighborhoods and cities in one location. So that's something you'll be able to create under the area index. Blog post index was already created for you. Keller Williams already has a blog section on your KW website. Now I have mine updated. Yours will be the oldest one, so I can come here to the oldest blogs I have, which will be many pages, and see one of the first ones that were ever done, that were written by Keller Williams, and you can edit those blogs to come in and add your own information. So let's see, 16. There we go. So these are the ones Keller Williams already added for me, and I can come into any of these. Like I came into the relocating to the big city and updated it to say relocating to Fort Lauderdale. I need to come back to this one and change out the photo to something local. But you have this already ready to go, and I'll show you how to edit your blogs. That was the blog post. Client profile, I'm not a client, so I don't have access to that right now. Contact page. This is a great tool to come in and do contact page. I did that for what I called a market update is actually one I did for that. This is a blank page called market update using the contact me form where I put in here information about the homes for sale in our area, added some widgets that automatically update themselves, and at the bottom, this is my beautiful contact me form at the bottom of the page. So my picture's there, phone number, and it's got some information. I also did that for home value. I created a blank page using the contact form, and it allowed me to say, here's some information, watch a video on prices, and down below, to ensure we give you the most accurate home value, please put the address in the comment section. Tell me more about your home, and they can fill it in and hit submit, and it will send me a form. That's why I like the contact page form if you're going to use those. So everyone's getting an idea now. Testimonial index is the next one I covered before, and you'll find here I have a page for testimonials. And this takes all the testimonials on one page. Here they are, with the listing search to the right and get in touch down below. Now, one of the things I pointed out is I'm using the Madison theme, if you've watched my previous videos, and the reason I use Madison theme is because my logo, to me, is one of the important graphics. And most people nowadays are on their phone. So if I shrink this down to see the mobile version of this, look what happens to all my contact information up above. It's gone. But my logo is the first thing they see very prominently. And if they click the three dots here, the three lines, there's my name and my picture and my phone number and all the little links to connect with me and all the menu items. That way, on a mobile device, this looks great. And notice what happened to my basic form. It got rid of the search bar to the right and moved it all the way to the bottom anyways. Listing search here and a get in touch. So if I pull up, like the home value one, because I use the contact me form, it works great on the mobile phone, and at the bottom, there's my picture, name, and information. So it's just another way to use those forms and take advantage of that. So let's dive into what is involved in building a page. So I'll go ahead and go to default template. So the first thing it's going to ask you in here is page title. What do you want to call your page? Now this is going to name up at the top what we call the slug. What is the name of this? So if I just called it test, it would be my website / test. If I did test listings, notice it's test - listings. So whatever you put here is going to make it the web address up at the top. So don't make it too long. I don't need anything crazy. Make sure it's relevant for your website. So I'll leave it at test listings right now. Page content, these are the controls for you now to edit your website. And if you hover your mouse, it tells you. So if you have an HTML code from a website, you can come here and click HTML icon. It turns black and you can paste the HTML code here. So if I was going to do a new paragraph, blah, 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 whatever I was doing, I can type in the code this way and switch it back, and it did an actual paragraph and knocking my item down. So if it's black, it's in HTML mode or source code. If you click it again, white means it's in the normal, what we call a easy widget, just to see what you're typing. So I'll just do, this is a test. Now with this text, I can come here and this is the formatting icon. And they make it very simple. Is it normal text? Is it a quote? If I do quote, it'll actually indent and give it a little kind of italics formatting to it. I can do header 3, which is the largest header, or header 4, which is slightly header. So I don't like that they use header 3 and 4. It really should be, this is really a heading, and to me this is the subheading. That's a better way of thinking about those. So if you want it to be large here, and then say there's the main header, and I could say, second header, highlight this text and choose header 4, then I have it larger and smaller. This is a quote from me. I can highlight this is a quote and make it a quote. Next, obviously, these are the simple basic tools everyone has seen before. Bold, italic, underline. So I can just say this is bold, this is italics, this is underlined. And I'm going to choose bold, italics, and underline. Then I have the ability to do an unordered list, which is just bullet points. So this would be bullet 1. Did not like that, so I'm going to undo bullet. There it is. Bullet 1, get rid of the underlining. Okay. Bullet 2, and I'll delete the previous ones. Then I can do a numbered list here and add numbers to it. Switch it to a number list or do numbers. So I'm going to get rid of all those. There it goes. Bullet 1, and get rid of my underlining. You get the idea. You can do your numbers, bullets, a link. Here's where I can say, click here to search homes. I do this a lot in my blogs. Search homes for sale. Highlight the text and click the link button. Insert link. So I already have the text ready to go. I just need a link. So I'm going to come here to my website. I'll just do maybe one of my neighborhoods like Fort Lauderdale. This is a page I will show you how to do. And it has all the listings of Fort Lauderdale right here. So I'll just copy this as my link. And I will paste my URL or link here. And you always want it to open in a new tab because that way they stay on your website and the new link they clicked opens in a second tab, so they're always still on your website. I'm going to insert that here and notice it's now a hyperlink. Now if you're going to do this in a blog like I usually do, change your formatting to something larger so it really stands out. Now this link will actually be whatever color you choose for your theme. So if you chose the Keller Williams red, then it will be a pinkish red link inside the article. If you chose the blue like I did, then your link will be a blue inside there. The next two features here are to upload an image and to do a video. Images are easy. If I choose upload image, I can drag an image here or I can choose a file from my computer. So I've already got videos ready to go. Let's go ahead and where's one I just did? How about my email signature? There, popped in a photo, easily ready to go. If you insert an image, if you click edit, it gives you some tips of what you can do. I can give it a title. This is my business card. I can add a link to that picture, so you can make the picture a link. And then you can do a position of the link. So I can do left, meaning if I have text, it would be to the right. I can do center, which just leaves it in the center, or I can do right, where the image is to the right and the text is to the left. I'll hit save here, and if I shrink my photo down, see I can resize it, then I can do this is text to the left of my photo. So it's a real simple tool to use, and if you change your photo size, it'll change there. If I click my image and switch it to left, that's how you get your text to kind of surround your image. Real easy. Next, I'll go ahead and insert a video. This is great to get videos if you're creating videos. If you insert a video, it has to live on YouTube or Vimeo. So you can't just upload a video directly to the website. It has to live somewhere. So I will show you. I'll go to YouTube. And the great thing about YouTube is you're allowed to share any video on YouTube because they agreed when they uploaded the video to YouTube to share it with the world. So like here's This Month in Real Estate for Keller Williams. It's a video I have already watched. And this is something I want to add to my website. So when you find your video, you're going to come down to share. There's two ways to share it. You can copy the link in. So if I copy this link in and paste it, it'll play the video. However, it gives you suggestions and things at the end that I don't always want to do. So I like to do embed and click show more to give me more details. Here's the preview of the video, and down below I want to uncheck show suggested videos, because if it ends, it may not be my videos that it shows. It could be another agent's or someone else's video. You can get rid of the player controls, which will get rid of the play button down below and just force them to play the video. And you can also get rid of the title up at the top if you want to make it look cleaner. So I've got it ready to go. I'm just going to do show the player control so they can pause it and rewind it. But I'm going to get rid of the title and I'm going to get rid of the suggested videos. So I simply copy this text here This is the HTML code we talked about for other things. And if you paste the link here and insert, there's my video. It's that easy. So I've got my photo, my video, and this is the same for every page I show you. They're going to have the same controls. So once you learn how to use this and test it out, you can always delete a page. So don't worry, you won't break anything, and it's never permanent. You can come in here and quickly change it. So I'm going to leave this test page and show you how this works. If you check the box here, it adds it to the menu, so it can be a menu item if you want it to be, or if it's a hidden page, you don't have to be on the menu. So this is the basic setup. Down below, you're going to see what they call a meta title and meta description. If you aren't aware, a meta title is really what is the title of the website on Google. The meta description is what is the description on Google. So to simplify and show you this, I'm going to go to google.com and I'll look up myself, J. Cermak, and here you go. This is the title, the meta title right here. This is month in real estate, June 2017. I just posted this on the Google Plus account. And then this is the meta description. Notice how this is a great article because it has a quick little thing of what it's saying and a contact me phone number before it runs out of characters. When it runs out of characters, this is what happens. So keep that in mind. If you're going to do something, it's good to have your phone number quickly in the message. If it's more than about 155 characters, then it becomes a ... like a continuation. And this is my meta title right here. So if you don't do one, that's okay. Google will do its best to guess, to think what is the title of the page. However, you have the control now to say what it is. So I'll just say this is a test. If you were really doing this, I would call it the title of the page, like buyer resources or something. And then I would do a with J. Cermak, realtor with the J team. Or if it was Keller Williams, with Keller Williams Realty Professionals. And then my description would be maybe my phone number first, 614468. This is a test with J. Cermak. That way I'm telling them what am I telling this page and what is the description. You can now save this and make it publish. If I hit save now, it's going to take me to the menu. This page was added to your menu. Do you want to edit the menu? And I'll show you this. It's an easy edit menu editor. When you come to edit menu, here's my test all the way at the bottom. I have a lot of menu items and tabs, and I simply just drag this wherever I want. And once it becomes a box, I just let go, and now it's going to be in that order. Now in this case, notice how you can also make a drop-down menu by dragging this item on top of another menu item. So if I do that, notice it indents it to the right, meaning it'll be a drop-down menu under Testimonials. You'll see Test Listings. Or I can drag it to be its own square, and now it's a main menu item. I'll put it at the end so we can look at it together and see what does it look like on my actual live site. You can also remove an item here. And a hidden trick is if you didn't want that to be the title, you don't have to redo the page. Simply click the drop-down arrow and change the label. So it says Test Listings. I'll just change it to like Test or something simple. The tooltip is what is the name, like what are you telling it about it if I hover my mouse over that word. So I'll just say this is a test for the video. And I'll hit save. I did that. I'm going to come back to my website, hit my home button to refresh, and here is my test button. And if I hover my mouse over it, that's the tooltip. This is a test for the video. I'll click the test, and this is what my page looks like. Test Listings was the title of the page. This is a test was my first header. Second header was here. Click here to search homes for sale. Look, it's blue because that's the color I chose. And when I click it, it takes me to a second window of my Fort Lauderdale properties for sale. You'll notice this is the quote from me. Look, it gave a blue line, and it shows the quote here, which is cool. Bold, italics, and underline. My bullet 1, my photo, and this is the text of my photo. with my contact me form here to the right, and my video will play right in the middle. So I can play my controls. Let's see if it ends the way it's supposed to. Perfect. That's what I wanted to do. No more suggestions at the end. Play the video and only let them play that video. The great thing is they don't have to leave my website and they can rewatch it, adjust their volume with the play controls there. So that concept is going to be the same on every page we do. That's simply how to add a page. So next I want to point out how you can do some of these other features. So we did the pages. Let's talk about blog posts. So I've already got blog posts in here. As you can see, I've been doing this a while. I have 141 blog posts. I intend to blog about 3 to 5 days a week to be consistent. Time over time, there's a lot of great content here. Most of you won't have this many blog posts, so I'm going to go to the last page here. And let's see, 14. Oh, no, actually, it is all the way at the beginning. All right, so the first few here, these are the ones Keller Williams wrote for me. So relocating to Fort Lauderdale, for you it's going to say relocating to the big city. I can come here to edit this, and you'll notice the same content. This is a blog, so it's slightly different. The title is here, relocating to Fort Lauderdale, and it made the slug or the web address be /relocating-to-Fort-Lauderdale-Florida, FL. So it does a lot of dashes in there. If you want to simplify your title, you can shorten it. Here's the content with the same stuff before. Notice I embedded a video at the top about Fort Lauderdale, which would be a great thing if you're saying about relocating. This was something Keller Williams wrote, and I simply added Fort Lauderdale into the text. I added a link to search Fort Lauderdale homes for sale like I just showed you. Another video here, and I always do a call to action. Contact me today. Find out what your home is worth. Contact us today. Schedule a buyer's consultation. Anything that's going to say, now that you've read this, here's what you can do next. So that's going to be a great thing to do with your blog posts. So I advise you edit the old blog posts, and then you can always come in and create your own. Now the blogs are slightly different. So here's my blog post, my title. That was the same as we showed you on a page. At the bottom though, it's going to now have excerpt. Excerpt means if I were to show this link on, let's say, Facebook or something, they usually show you the web address with a little description about it below. That's what the excerpt is. If you don't do one, it'll pull one automatically, but you can control the narrative here in excerpt if you just put in your own text. So this one, I literally just copied the first paragraph of information, but I could have done something different like have a plan or get involved and chosen a different paragraph. Featured image, now this I would recommend you update it to a current photo of the city or something there, so I'll come back and change this to an actual real Fort Lauderdale picture. Because right now, unless you're in the city and that's your location, that's great. So excerpt's great, and featured image is important because featured image is going to show up not only in the blog as the header, but it's also going to show up on the blog index with a picture. So if you don't do the picture, this little box under blog will be blank with no image. It'll be a colored square or rectangle. If you do the header, then it will be here. So here's a blog I just did, and then this becomes the banner header instead of it being a blank header like about. Or instead of a picture, it just says about with a gray line. My blog, though, says the title of the blog with the picture. So it's just another way to really enhance it. I encourage you to put a feature image if you don't have images in your blog at a minimum. And again, meta title. Here's the blog title by my name with the J team at Keller Williams Realty Professionals. And down below it says who I am or what I'm doing. So this one says Jay Cermak is discussing relocating to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and my phone number. And you can save those. So the blog is really the same as a page. It's a system. When I blog, I can do this in a couple minutes once my content's written, or if I'm using it from another site, I will cite the site in my blog. And you can easily do that. Now, I used to do it from create a post real quick, and this would be a blank blog post. Notice the same screen. What's your title? What's the name of the blog? what is the content of the blog, what's the excerpt of the blog, so if I copy the link in Facebook, what does it tell Facebook, what's my image, and then what's my Google SEO and descriptions. However, now they made it simple by coming back here to the dashboard. I no longer have to go into the website. I just click here, write a blog post from the dashboard, and it takes me right here to click the plus sign. So there's two ways now to do it. I think the dashboard is great if you play around with it. It just makes things quicker. So blog post is pretty easy. So agents, before I do agents though, remember, come to pages and make an agent index. So plus and choose agent index and call it something. So I'll call this test agents. And if you added your agents first, that's okay. It'll just show it here. If you don't choose anybody, they'll all show up. If you click one person, then only that person shows up. So I can just choose myself, call it test agents, add this to my menu and hit save. I'll close it, refresh my website very quickly. Here's my test agents, and when I click on it, only I show up, not all those people. So there's a couple ways to do it. You can make different ones for maybe mortgages and vendors. Play around with it, it's pretty cool, but you have to have the index first. So I'll come to that last page I just created, and I'm going to get rid of this page, delete, and I'll also get rid of test listings since this is a live website. I don't want those there either. Delete. Okay, so if you come to agents, you can simply add an agent here. So I'll show you mine. Edit under J. Cermak. Well, the name should be, I think, your name and maybe your title. So that way if you're using a mortgage person, it could be their name, comma, mortgage, or comma, inspection, or buyer specialist, listing agent, anything like that. The description and bio is just the same as the normal page. What information you put in there. So I've got my photo with my text surrounding it. I've got a video I've created from YouTube that just says greetings. And then I put my biography here. Now the difference with this page versus like a standard about page is it's going to ask me for my MLS ID, office location, what is my title, should I be featured, which yes, I should be featured, and then all my social media links. That way you can have an individual page, or if you're using a vendor, you can put their contact information, their websites. And again, just like in a blog, there's an excerpt here, so I copied part of my text to make the excerpt say what I want to say in it. And you do want a featured image. Now, a featured image should be a square because it's going to make your picture a circle. Just like mine is up here in the upper right-hand corner, whatever picture you put here, it'll make it a circle. So if it's not a square, you might lose your head or your hair. So make sure you've got that featured image in there. If you don't choose one, it's just going to be a blank circle. And then like everything else, meta title, meta description. You'll see that on every page. And then hit save. So this page for me, I'll click on my agent. This is my agent page. Picture at the top, my name and my title, my phone number, my email address, and every social media link I have here. Then down below, this is my information and a get in touch form at the bottom. So I'll show you some of the other people I did this with. So let's see my about, meet our team. So this is my page. I'll show you one of the lenders I used. So Alan Ehrman is a lender in our office, and I did the same thing with him. I didn't put an MLS ID because he's not an agent, yet you really can add anybody to your team. So I put his picture in here. Notice it's a square. So he's losing a little bit of his hair. I might want a different photo, but it works for now. Phone number, 2 different numbers, his cell phone, his office number, and email me, which will open your email client. I put a picture of his team logo, and I put his biography I copied from his website with his permission. And this is a picture he had on his website that just had his statistics. You can actually click here, this is a hyperlink, to learn more about Alan. And if you click this, you'll see it's his actual page. But instead of them having to go to his website, they can just come to mine. And this was the cool little widget that said, how many years has he been in business, what's his volume, loans he's done. And I literally just made a picture of this and put it on my site. That way it's giving you some information. It looks cool. So feel free to do that. I have them all under my team right now. I can switch this out and make a different index for each vendor. Here's a list of all my mortgage people. Here's a list of my approved inspection companies, anything like that. Sky's the limit. But as you can see, same concept and everything. The difference here is I have more contact fields to fill in more information. Testimonials. So just like before, come to Pages and create first a testimonial index where it shows all the testimonials and call it client testimonials or testimonials. So I already did that on my website. Let's close this and this one. And on my website, I have it just called testimonials. It's just a page, and then all the testimonials I'll add will instantly show up here. So just make sure that page is created first, nothing fancy in the page. Call it testimonials, add it to your menu, and then give it a meta title, meta description. If I come to testimonials, this is where you can add a testimonial. So I'll edit one from Sharon to show you what it looks like. This, similar to a blog, has a title. This is where you'll place the testimonial. If I wanted to make this a quote, I could actually do it as a quote there. And at the bottom, just put her name as Sharon Brown. Kind of like a signature, so says Sharon Brown here. Maybe make that bold and turn it into a quote instead. Now refer, you want to put Sharon Brown here because it's going to show up in another spot where it shows refer will show their name here. If it's blank, it won't show their name. So you want it to be refer. You can add affiliation like buyer, seller, friend, vendor, anything like that. I don't, but you can. Should this be featured? Absolutely. If you feature it, the KW Madison theme will feature it on your home page. So in my case, if I came to my home page and I scroll down, here are my testimonials. And you'll notice as they start scrolling through, photos are important. So with a picture, that's great. And without a picture, I went ahead and found a free clip art of a red house and put a house there. Otherwise, it's just their name and it doesn't look as exciting. So that's it there. I want them featured. An excerpt, just pick one of the best paragraphs they wrote. So this wasn't a very long one, so I went ahead and copied the text there. If it's longer, pick what says the best thing about you. What snippet do you want? Fortunately, this is from Facebook, so I had the picture from Facebook in a square format because it also turns it into a circle. And then meta description and meta title, meta description. Client testimonial from Sharon Brown for J. Cermak Realtor. And that will create the little widget. I'll let it slide through again. And the more that you add, this will actually rotate through. So I'm going to come here to read more. This is the actual testimonial. Here's the quote. So it doesn't look any fancier. Sharon Brown was the person who said it, and there's her picture. That's it. It's real easy to do. Copy and paste it in. My suggestion is if you're going to do this and someone wrote you a handwritten note, think about inserting an image. Or if you have a video testimonial, put the video in here and then just type out some of the text for your excerpt. Excuse me. So it's really easy to do the testimonials. Copy and paste them in. There's no rules, so if there's something you don't want to post, you don't have to. No one's monitoring this. You can get something in here, get a handwritten note, do something a little different, grab a video testimonial and have fun with it. That's how easy it is to add the testimonials. So far we've shown you how to create a new page, how to do blog posts, how to add agents if you want to be a team. If you don't worry about it. Simply come to the pages and I want you to edit your about page. Don't worry about agents here, and then just edit your about page. Who are you? Add a photo. What's your biography? And then Keller Williams wrote this nice little paragraph down below. So build it as quickly as you want, and on my website, that becomes the simple about page. This is fine. It's got a link. It's got pictures. Or they can come to meet our team and see me with my team. That's it. Remember, we're with Keller Williams, everybody's a team. So you've always got somebody helping you, your MCA, your team leader, if you have an admin, whoever you have, add them to your team. It always looks great. So then we get to the fun part, which is areas, right? Don't we always say, I want to have areas, like I want to build a simple page that says find homes in this location. The neat thing is I'm going to show you how to do it quickly with a basic page, and then I'll show you how to really enhance it. So just like all of these tabs here, come to pages and make sure you create an area index. An area index is going to say, what is this? So I'll just call this one differently. Maybe I'll call this, let's just say condos, if I was going to add condos. These are condos for sale, if you want to put something in there. And just for this example, I'm going to choose something like one of these. So these are communities. I can actually instead call this page communities. So let's do that instead. Let's do, I did communities, so let's do neighborhoods. These are, check out these neighborhoods. Okay, so you can choose what you want on there, or you can leave it blank and everything shows up. So I'll go ahead and let this save. I'm going to hit save. I'll edit to the menu and make sure it's at the end, which it is, perfect. And I'll hit save. So now, when I come to the home and refresh, and are you noticing how you can do this very quickly? Make a change, refresh your site, and it's instantly there. Here's the neighborhoods I just created. And these were homes, and look, they show up right there. These are the properties I chose. Nice and quick. I know why I did that, because I already had a neighborhood. I meant to call it something else, like communities. So that was my mistake on it. Don't do what I just did. I'll remove the neighborhoods page, and instead I already have a neighborhood's name. Call it something different, like communities versus neighborhoods, or you really can call it anything you want, rename it at any time. So let's actually build an area. So now that I have the index, I just come to areas to create one. And as you'll notice, I've already done this for many sites. So let's pick one that I did that was easy, or let's show you a blank one first. Click the plus sign on areas, and then you're going to say, what is the name of the page? Well, put city and state if you're going to do the city, because there's a Miami, Florida, and a Miami, Ohio. So I don't want to just say Miami. I'd want to say a city or a neighborhood or a name. So I already have a lot of cities and states in here, so I'm going to say Doral, Florida, because I do not have Doral on my list of places, because it's down south. And then type of area. I could choose the county, the region. Locality really just means city. It's a bad name. Locality means city. Postal code, I could put in a zip code for a specific zip code. Or neighborhood, I don't know, in your MLS, your neighborhood system might be simple, but in our MLS, neighborhoods is difficult because we have several names for the same neighborhood. So I've got like acreage in this, acreage in that. You can only choose one of these. So for me, subdivision names may not work very well if I'm trying to do a simple page like this. So I'll do locality. It shows all the cities in my MLS, and I will choose Doral. You can make it a featured property if you want. I'm not going to do anything else down below because I'm going to show you how simple to make a page. So I can upload a file to make a slideshow if you want. It has its own slideshow, header, footline, all these things. I'm literally going to do nothing but hit save. I'm going to show you how quick you can add those. So I'm going to come back to my neighborhoods little widget. I added Doral, so it should be here. Where are you? Well, manners. Should be up towards the top. All right, maybe it didn't update yet. It's supposed to automatically add it to yours, but it is possible that I maybe added that before and messed around with it. So I'll pick something else. Let's just pretend it was Lazy Lakes, Florida. You get the idea. It'll add it here. This is a simple page I did nothing else but give it a name of the page, and it instantly makes a little widget of all the homes for sale with a map. That's how easy it is to create a simple IDX page for your areas. So don't worry about making every single one of them pretty. Pick the cities in your area and just make all your cities so that you get 47 cities or 47 areas really quick, and then come back and enhance them. Because remember, it's a living, breathing website that you keep updating and changing. So I'm going to come in here and I'll choose the ones that I've already added. So let's just show you Fort Lauderdale. This one I enhanced. So this is a basic page. If I come back to neighborhoods, I will show you my Fort Lauderdale one. Fort Lauderdale is down here. Let me see. Fort Lauderdale. When I click on Fort Lauderdale, this is the enhanced page. So I did a slideshow of photos, and look how great these look. It just slideshows through with the name of the title of the page here, and view all listings to look at all the listings. So the listings are all here just like before, and then I was able to add information above it. So what does it look like? I'm going to edit this Fort Lauderdale page. Again, here's my title, locality, Fort Lauderdale, and here are the slideshow images. I added these images. These ones I took. I purchased this one, and I purchased that one. Headline. You can do a headline. So I like search homes for sale in blank city, comma, state, or Fort Lauderdale homes for sale. You can word it however you want. Think about Google ranking and Google SEO keywords that people look for. Here's the body. Fort Lauderdale is located in Broward County, 24 miles north of Miami. I found a great video from YouTube about Fort Lauderdale. Here's some information that I have about Fort Lauderdale that I put below. You'll see some space here because I had a program that would let me put a code in my website to give me market stats. That's a totally different thing. Now down below I could do another middle image and another header, more body content, more images. These two do a left image and a right image, subheader, body content. You can kind of give it a layout throughout. To me, it was a little time consuming, so I haven't really done all of those. I just used the first box. That's really all I need. So play around with it, do a test page, and put something in every one of these boxes and see how it looks on the actual page so that you can find out how to use it better. You'll notice again we have excerpt and featured image. This is important because featured image in this case will show up on your area index. This is the featured image. If I don't have a featured image, like I don't for Lazy Legs, then it will be the color you chose and the title. So it's not bad, however, doesn't it look better having the pictures of the signs that I took all around the area of the signs? It's just another way to enhance them. So to me, this is a very important image. Get an image and put it in real quickly. And again, meta title, meta description. Start looking at some of the videos and training on how to get more ranking in Google by utilizing keyword search. What are the best titles and descriptions? So this class isn't about that, yet there's plenty of blogs and things. Even Google has tools to help you find out how to take advantage of these to get more rankings. Another great person to study that I learned a lot from would be Lori Ballin in Las Vegas. She has a lot of training videos on getting this, and she is the Google SEO queen for Keller Williams, so you can learn a lot from her as well. And that's really how to add the areas. So I added all the cities. I literally went through Wikipedia and said, what are all the cities in my area? And I started adding them. Then you can go a little more specific by zip codes. Then you can go more by some of these other ones, like different cities and states and names within the cities, like communities and stuff like that. So definitely play around with it, see what you can do to take your website to the next level. It's a lot of what I've done here. My testimonial page, here's all the testimonials, and they're on the home page. I've got my home value. This was just a blank contact me form, and I just found some great videos and content. This is a great page if you're going to do a CMA for somebody or a home valuation. Put some pictures of what one looks like. You will get one of these from me and have a demo up on the site and ask them to contact you to get one. because we know you can't do a real CMA without seeing the house and learning more about the community. So don't worry about having a fancy page that's going to give them that information right away. Have them contact you for it. Market update was one. We subscribe to a service, so this month in real estate, I've got the video of the latest market statistics, and this automatically updates, so I'll change the text here because I now have it automatically filling in. Down below, these were widgets that I got from the trend graphics service we subscribe to, which automatically puts the market statistics for Broward County single-family homes on my website, and it updates itself. Even better. So there's all kinds of great ways you can really add more things to your site. The default term for searching, by the way, is listing search. My belief is listings is a real estate term for agents, not a consumer saying, I hope I can find some listings today. Consumers, to me, are going to say home search, house search, something along that way to actually find what they're looking for. So that's why I renamed this tab and page and using the search there. There's many themes, there's many things to play with under site settings. Feel free to come in and explore. You can come back to theme selection at any time and make a quick change to your website. So I did the Madison theme, and I want it to be blue, but I like the white header instead, as you can see here. Let's just say I wanted to change the color to orange. I can hit save, refresh my website. This is going to look interesting. And there's now the color in orange. So that's not quite the color for me. I'm going to come to theme selection, switch the color back real quick, hit save, refresh, and instantly now it's back to the color I want it to be. So have fun with this website. Make the changes. Stay tuned to more videos of different things we can do to really take it to the next level. Watch the videos on the dashboard here to learn how to really take advantage of this. That's it for the advanced class today. Stay tuned for more mini videos on just the blogging or just how to add agents. We're going to do even more videos down the line. And subscribe to my KW Connect channel today. And again, my name is Jay Cermak. Thanks for watching.